Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another
podcast.
episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. My name's Levi McCurdy, and this is episode 115. How's everyone doing? Today is a glorious day. We got news late yesterday. Everyone knows. Everyone's seen it. Everyone's ready. Sam Jailman Jail is going to jail. Sam Bankman-Fried, SBF. Sam Bankman Jail is going, hopefully. I mean, we don't know quite just yet. It's not 100%, but we're pretty sure we're going to make some sort of example out of him. Former CEO of crypto exchange FTX, SBF, found guilty on all charges. I believe it was like 7 of them. I'm sure, I don't know exactly what they were. I'm sure we'll get to it. But guilty from the jury on all accounts. And that sentencing is set for March 28th, 2024. So next year. So we've got like what, 5 months, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 or 5-ish months, 4 months. And so, and then we'll see. He can get up to 115 years. 115 years for all of his crimes. Not sure why we don't just call it life at that point. Who knows? Maybe he'll get one of those chips from Elon Musk in his head before he goes to jail, and then he'll live forever. Maybe. Who knows? We'll see. And so when he gets there, listen, they're probably going to change his name instantly because he's not, something tells me Sam's not going to be able to stand up for himself. So they're not going to send him anywhere crazy. It's going to be a medium security type of thing. They're going to give him like a see-through TV and like a Game Boy. I doubt they'll give him access to the internet, considering he'll probably drop like a new cryptocurrency called $prison or like $soap or something because of where he's at. I don't know. And it's crazy. Like, so 115 years, we'll see what the judge does. And like I said, man, they probably want to make an example out of this guy. Unfortunately for Sam, he's this nerdy whatever guy who keeps all the clothes he owns in his backpack. We don't believe it. It's fine. You drive a Toyota because you give all your money to other people and charities. Well, it's technically not your money. It's we now know it was ours, but it's fine. So Sam Bankman-Fried, FTX, is done. He's out. He's done. March 28th, we can pretty much determine that they'll then bring down the sentencing. I think maybe I read somewhere he might have like another like 5 charges or something, like something else that we might need to get through in court. I'm not 100% sure, but it's kind of, a jury on Thursday convicted FTX co-founder Sam Bankman-Fried of fraud, conspiracy, and money laundering. The accumulation of the month-long trial that saw the former crypto mogul take the stand in his own defense after his inner circle of friends turned deputies provided damning testimony against him. His girlfriend flipped. Listen, you can give her all the drugs and you can have all the orgies with all your friends you want. At the end of the day, the woman is in charge, okay? Sam thought it was a slam dunk. He thought his friends would come to bat and say, Sam's a great guy. And Sam only has $2. And Sam loves America. And Sam does this. And Sam eats 13 bananas a day. Like that one video that guy did that he took down because he was embarrassed that he was associated with it and that it was kind of an embarrassing video. Whatever that one was. And so I think we covered it. And so, but instead, all of his friends got on the stand and were like, yeah, Sam told the people that he wasn't going to spend the money. Then he spent the money. And what did he spend the money on? Oh, it was his other company that was an investment firm to make him even more money on the back end. And that's how we paid for these multi-billion, $million deals with people like Kevin O'Leary and the sports people and the stadiums. And I think the one basketball player he was paying was making like $80 million a year. And it was like a 3-year contract. And it only required him to be on like a Zoom call for like 20 minutes or some craziness. Like he only had to do 20 minutes of work and the contract was like a $20 million payout. So it was just an insane amount of real money for them and not a lot of real money gains, but a lot of losses for everyone else. And so I'm 99% positive that the judge here is probably going to want to make an example of that. The decision was reached after less than 5 hours of deliberation. Quick on that deliberation. That's usually, sometimes it takes a few days, sometimes it takes all day, but 5 hours in the room with the jury, that might be quick. It was honestly probably didn't take them the whole 5 hours to come up with that decision. They were probably in there just on their phones a little bit, shooting the shit, having a good time, wasting a couple more hours so they didn't have to go back to work, honestly. But convicted, right? 5 hours of deliberation by a jury of 9 women and 3 men who found Bankman-Fried guilty on all charges. 2 counts of wire fraud, 4 counts of conspiracy to commit fraud, and 1 count of conspiracy to commit money laundering. He could be sentenced to a decade in prison, the Wall Street Journal says. And, that's it? Wait, the Washington Post, I'm sorry, not the Wall Street Journal. The Washington Post, it's just a 2-paragraph. They almost made me pay for this. What is this? I didn't scroll down until now. Literally, I'm on the Washington Post. They wanted me to pay to read this article, but instead I put in a fake email. I used my father's first and last name. I checked the other day if jeffmccurdy@gmail.com was being used, and it was. So I assume it's my father. If it's not, I apologize to the Jeff McCurdy who is using it, but there's a pretty good chance it is my father. So I'm using that for like all my spam email and stuff, and just when I need an email to get access to something like this. And so I literally put in his email address just to get access to this article, and I didn't scroll down because it's literally ads and then comments, and it's literally just 2 paragraphs. The Washington Post is charging people monthly to read 2 paragraphs, a 30-second read, and then 3,099 comments. Are you insane? This is what's wrong with America. Okay. Well, listen, all that information was stuff we already knew. I apologize. I thought the article would have more context. I thought they'd have people in the room. I guess we're just going to have to wait for the CoffeeZilla episode. This is what happens when you trust the What Are We Doing podcast. You know what I mean? Sometimes I read ahead. Sometimes I want it to be a genuine surprise, and it doesn't work out. So Sam Bankman-Fried, listen, he's probably going to jail, and it's probably going to be for a long time. The judge has to make an example. He's going to miss the release of Grand Theft Auto 6, and it's unfortunate. Here's the issue. Sam was really looking, he's probably going to ask the judge for a little leniency for that, or he's going to have his people reach out to their people and see what they can do on some sort of back-end deal to get the game released before March 28th so he can download it and play it. Maybe legal. I don't know if he's allowed to be on PlayStation. I don't know if he's allowed to have a PlayStation, maybe not the newest one. They might let him have like a PS2 or something. It would be hilarious. It would be absolutely hilarious if they gave him access to like a PS2 and he wasn't actually allowed to play GTA 6. He's probably going to miss the release of Grand Theft Auto 6, and I kind of feel bad for him. They're probably honestly going to make him cut his hair. That's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see him with the bald head again. Let's shave that whole thing off, at least down past to what we have it now. You know what I mean? The judge, and honestly, should this mean, here's the thing. They found him guilty on all charges. That should mean that the people get their money back. Yeah? Like, because the court and the federal system that's linked to the federal government, like it's like this, like it's a Fed thing. So like they should have it then backed by the United States, like the IRS, the people, the Federal Reserve, maybe? No, that's probably not how the world works. I don't know. But like they should be giving all the people their money back. And like all the people who took the money, like the athletes and the stadiums and the hey, listen, the politicians, the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, all the politicians that took money from this guy, either denounce whatever it is you're running for, or you have to give that money back now. Or like the American people need a tax break with that money. I don't know. Everything I say is going to be stupid and people are going to roast me in the comments. But like whatever the situation may be, like let's go and let's figure something out, because dude was spent like we're talking in the hundreds of billions here, people. Like this isn't just like a little teeny tiny thing. But I'm guessing, and this is just a guess here, but I'm betting to guess that because this happened and the way the trial went and the way that his friends took the stand and they flipped on him, okay? Like you thought they were your, but listen, orgies and drugs and all-nighters and coding and making it so it seemed like that people were making money, but they weren't making money, like doing all that, dude, like let's call it what it is, and let's call it fraud, conspiracy to commit fraud, wire fraud. Like it's one of the biggest schemes I think in our history. Like maybe was Madoff, I don't know, there might have been a bigger one, but like, you know what I mean? Listen, like Caesar and DJ Envy are now like, they're like, hey, remember us? Like now that Bankman-Fried's back in the news, because it's nowhere near compared. Listen, those two idiots were just flipping like low-income houses and then charging like quadruple what they should in rent, and then like not even doing anything to fix or maintain the house. Like they're slumlords. Like that's all it was. And like, of course, Caesar's on the freaking live stream on Instagram doing like, you know, Envy was just an investor and he didn't know what I was doing and there's nothing on it. Please, come on, dude. Come on. We know what was going on. Like, you know, iHeart's already got the fucking job listing up. We know what's going to happen. He was involved. It's fine. You can spin it however you want on an Instagram live. But like, let's just call it what it is. Like, you got caught, but it's fine because you're not as like, as it's not, unfortunately, it's now not as important. You know what I mean? Because now we've got the biggest fish back in the pond, and it's SBF, Sam Bankman-Fried. And it's crazy. It's crazy because crypto's going crazy right now, okay? The prices, I'm not even sure where we're at. Price of Bitcoin, I don't know where we're at right now. It's 34. That's okay, I guess. Well, what's it been? Like what's the 6 months? Where are we at here? 6 months. It was 28. Okay, then it it stayed around 28, 29, then it dipped, and now it's at 34. So I mean, it's up. It's up 20% the last 6 months. It's up, I guess, 100%. January 1st, if you would have bought, you would have been up double. You would have been up 100% January 1st. So, I mean, can you, that's numbers. Listen, all I'm saying, you would have put 100 grand into Bitcoin on January 1st. It would have been 200 now. You would have doubled your money 100%, right? Isn't that not how it works? Right? That's how it works. Yeah, you put in 16, you doubled it to 34. That's exactly how the math works out. Man math, you know what I mean? So Bitcoin's kind of up theoretically in terms. They think it's going up more. I don't know, but here's the thing. When it comes to everything else, it's the only thing that really matters in the crypto space is Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum. I don't know. I haven't checked in forever. I've been out since like 2 years ago. I'm done with it. And I'm so glad for that fact. You know what I mean? So the market's kind of fluctuating, whatever, but it's not looking good for anything else that's other than Bitcoin and Ethereum right now. all the shit coins. Listen, SafeMoon just got arrested. Okay, the one creator just got arrested. The other one's on the run, and the other one is like probably gonna be found guilty of something and arrested here very, very soon. Like the shit coin that all the celebrities were slinging. We've got let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and name a few, okay? Because listen, if we are demanding that the politicians and the billionaires and the state and everything that SBF did, right? Everything that had the FTX logo on it, the Formula One cars, whatever he was spending our money on, if we got to like do something to get all that back, if we got to have a court process, if we got to have a jury find someone guilty, you know what I mean? Let's call these people to the stand. First up, Jake Paul. Let's get that multimillionaire on the stand. Second up, Soulja Boy. I know we have our feelings about Soulja Boy, but listen, Soulja Boy in the last 5 to 10 years has released more music and more albums than most major rappers have in their career. Soulja Boy's on like a steady 3 album average every year. Like 2020, he dropped 3 albums. 2019, he dropped 3 or 4 albums. 2018, he dropped 3 albums. 2021, he dropped 3 or 4 out. He's on like a world tour right now. He did the whole game console scam in 2020. He's doing. Soulja Boy is a hustler. He's a grinder. He's exactly what every small city rapper, hip hop artist should be. You should be releasing 3 albums a year. That's how you stay relevant. That's how you get 100 million views on The Breakfast Club. That's how you get people to buy fake Chinese game consoles that you slap a sticker on. That's how you get the diamond watches, and that's how you keep the fame. You got one song. You got one hit. Maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 5, some would argue. But that's how you keep those millions of dollars rolling in. You take deals from scammy crypto companies that offer you anywhere from 6 to 7 figures just to send a tweet and tell your friends and family and your audience that you support SafeMoon, right? So we've got Jake Paul, we've got Soulja Boy. Oh, they got a Backstreet. Oh, we got a BSB. We got a Backstreet Boy, Nick Carter. Get him on the stand, dude. Nick Carter. Wow. They got the Backstreet Boys with the SafeMoon scam. Celebrities Jake Paul, Soulja Boy, Nick Carter, among others, are being sued for being involved in the SafeMoon crypto scheme. Good. Sue them. Take them to court. Claims say they hired stars that made false and misleading statements to encourage fans to invest in the digital coin. SafeMoon LLC, the company behind $SafeMoon token, is facing a lawsuit along with several celebrity promoters for the social media stars allegedly misleading, promoting, selling the fake scheme. The company is being accused of collaborating with celebrities and others to make the investments look legitimate and attract investors to social media to say, blah, blah, blah. Listen, it's the whole thing. It's the same thing that we see every single time. It's the same thing we saw with the NFTs, with Jimmy Fallon and the Bored Ape Yacht Club. It's the same thing we're gonna see over and over again with FTX and the other scams. And even listen, the Paul family's not scot-free. Logan still hasn't paid back like the crypto zoo egg thing. I think he offered him like 20%. They all, I'm pretty sure, said, hey, man, no way. We put in way more. If they didn't, I'm sorry that he scammed you again. But it's fine. So, like, we still haven't figured that out, and he still hasn't gotten in trouble. Instead, he's got, like, a multi-billion-dollar, I'm pretty sure Prime is now in, like, the 800, 900 million evaluation range because he just sells infinite amounts of it, like, by the boatload. So it's just insane that he doesn't have the money to pay back the crypto zoo scammers that he scammed, his brother Dink Doink, and all the other silly crypto scam. Listen, it's such a yin and yang, black and white situation with crypto right now, where like the OGs and like the people who didn't get involved in like the whole influencer, Instagram, YouTube, online social media marketing scam of it all. Like people like my neighbor, people like Crypto Joe. People like Crypto Joe who didn't really listen to the noise. He didn't follow the Twitter, the Elon trends, maybe a little bit. Maybe we dipped our toes in, but like not really. And so he's just had his Bitcoin in the same wallet, in the same drive forever now. Like he's bought Subway with it. He's used it for like the last 10, 15 years now. And like, he's just held on to it because he believes one day it'll be worth maybe a fortune. And so like, he didn't get caught up in the whole scheme of it all. He didn't get caught up in the whole Super Bowl ad, Dogecoin to $1. We were all supposed to get rich, but it did the opposite of what it was supposed to do. Scheme that like, you know what I mean? Flip-flopping, Elon Musk one day on Twitter, not the next day. Tesla accepts Bitcoin one week, not the next because of economic concerns. Like, get the hell out of here, dude. It's insane. Every NFT on the market is now worthless. Every NFT is now essentially worthless. Like you can get a Bored Ape Yacht Club, the same NFTs that all the celebrities allegedly paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for, even though they were just gifted them and they were theoretically free, are now like worth what we make in a week's time. So that's fun for everyone. Gary V though thinks it's going to come back. Gary V thinks it's coming back. Okay. He's confident. He's taken his NFT collection to the physical world, which is hilarious. When the technology becomes big and then the bubble burst, all the people who think that they're smart and we're on the curve and on the edge and ahead of that bubble burst are like, well, we were kind of smart and we took VFriends and we made stuffies and we made trading cards and we made a convention around it and we got to deal with Toys R Us and Macy's and we got VFriends.com and now we've got VFriends 2 and we've got VFriends 3 and VFriends 3's coming. And so we've got like, Empathy Elephant and we've got the stupid Stingray and we've got, the killer kangaroo and we've got the doji dog and we've also got the angry ape. I love the angry ape. That's my favorite one of the VFriends 2 collection. So that's essentially like where they're all at. Like Gary still believes that like concert tickets or whatever and like your Taylor Swift Eras Tour tickets or NFTs, blah, 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 like whatever. But like, it's just the crypto market is so crazy. I'm so glad I'm out of it. If I told you so, you told you so. And if you told me so, you told me so. And now I'm saying, well, yeah, you were right. It's fine. But I got out, dude, before the crash and everything. So like, hey, like Justin and I have always said on this podcast, if you made a nut and you saw it and you bought it low and you sold it high and you were one of the people that made the money, listen, I don't know where my math came out. I'm sure I've said it on the pod before. I think I might have made a little bit. I might have either broke even or made a little bit of crypto right before I got out, right before the crash. And it was crazy. It was a train that we were all on. And unfortunately, that train derailed somewhere in Georgia and just caused a massive, massive, massive mess. And so this is what we have. We get left with a country in peril. And if the country, listen, whenever the country is in peril, you know what I mean? We have to rely, we can't rely on like the people who are in charge or the administration or whatever it is, whether it's whatever side it is, we can't rely on them really most of the time. So we have to rely on the celebrities, okay? And so it's just the celebrities, when we need change and when we need real structure in this country when it comes to crypto and even now war, because listen, the world is in trouble, okay? It's every day now that we're getting new countries fighting with each other. China wants their pandas back from us, so we're shipping the pandas back so they can attack Taiwan. We're pretty sure The reason China wants the pandas back from the United States is because they basically want to strap machine guns and other weapons onto the pandas and send them into Taiwan. And that's going to be their first force of attack. With unfortunately, they are requesting the pandas back from the United States, and there's nothing we can do about it. So once that happens, they're going to be at war. We've got Israel, we've got Hamas, we've got the Ukraine, we've got Russia. United States is sending $100 billion. We've sent warships. We've sent money. We've sent weapons. We're probably sending people, which means we'll be at war, which everyone's just saying we're on the brink of World War III. But hey, it's kind of getting really, really like we're at the door knocking at the definition. You know what I mean? So what better way to try to put a stop to all that than getting the likes of Gal Gadot, Jerry Seinfeld, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Chris Pine to write a letter to the President of the United States and all of his friends? If we simply write a letter and get all of the A through C list celebrities to sign it, I'm positive this is probably going to work. The president will 1,000% stop the war and all evil. And I think if we get enough celebrities to sign it, potentially world peace. Okay, I don't know why we didn't think of this years ago, but here we are. Okay, listen, I remember getting walked home from the 4th grade English class halfway through the day on September 11th, 2001. Okay, I was confused on what was going on. No one would tell us. The teachers didn't say anything. They turned off the TVs. They wouldn't let us do anything. They said, just kids, just sit still. We're not sure. Just your parents are probably coming. We're not sure if your parents are coming. We don't know what's going on. They didn't tell us a thing. Mom ends up walking us home halfway through the day. We're scared. It's September 11th. And so my mom, the only thing she told us, I will never forget this. We were right there, ready to cross the street, almost to the house. She said, all I can tell you kids is that something bad just happened, and we're waiting on George Clooney, Brad Pitt, and the rest of the cast of Ocean's 11 and 150 of their friends to draft a statement and send a letter to George Bush. And so other Hollywood figures who signed this open letter included Deborah Messing, Brian Lord, Richard Lovett, Ryan Murphy, Zachary Levi, Sharon Osbourne, Tracy Ann Oberman, George Lopez, Phil Rossethel, McKee Pfeiffer, Diane Warren, let's see, I can't even read half of these names. Jody Garrison, Mark Hamill, Star Wars dude, Rick Yorn, Howie Mandel, god damn it, Howie, Sherry Lacing, Rick Yorn, Tom Rothen, Julian, Anthony, so many. So listen, once Biden gets this letter, we're pretty much, we can guarantee the war is going to be over. Okay. And you know exactly when he gets it, his people are going to go up to, Sir, President Biden, Sir President, sir, we have a letter. We have a letter here for you. About 700 celebrities signed it, and they want us to stop the war in the Middle East. And Biden goes, what? A letter? What's a letter? Oh, folks, I haven't gotten a letter in how long's it been, Jill? How many years has it been since we've gotten a letter? And so, listen, if you're one of the 700 idiots who signed the letter, look, they didn't sign it. If you actually think that Howie Mandel and all of his friends, Mark Hamill, if you actually think they actually physically said, yep, I'm going over to his house tomorrow and I'm signing it. And then we're going to take it to Jennifer Aniston, and then all of her friends are going to sign it. Then she's going to take it over to the guy from John Stamos' house. And then all of his people are going to listen. All of their agents said, hey, they're drafting a letter. Do you want to put your name on it and say you signed it? And then they go, yeah, sure. Why not? Sure. Yeah. Stop the war. Stop violence. Let's have peace. Yeah, sure. Yep. Tell them we signed. And then they digitally put it in. That's exactly what it was. It's not, no one actually signed it. But listen, here's the thing. Why don't you, instead of why don't you step out of your shell? Instead of just signing a letter, why don't you hit the streets? Get some good PR under your belt, okay? Hit the streets and do something. Do something that matters. You know what I mean? Like perfect example, instead of signing a letter, do something that has meaning. Like, take an example, take a page out of Flavor Flav's book. If you want to support this country in the best way you can, take a page out of Flavor Flav's book and sing the national anthem at a basketball game. Okay? That's how you show your support. That's how we get world peace. We let you sing the national anthem. Let's get Howie Mandel at the next basketball game, and then Howie Mandel can sing the national anthem. Okay? Here's Flavor Flav.
Say, can you see by the dawn?
Okay, so right there, listen, you know he spent all week long. He spent all week long practicing for this moment. He was practicing in the mirror. Oh, it sounds awful. They couldn't get him an auto-tune mic, just like Enrique Iglesias.
At the home of the brave, of the brave, of the brave.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's cold out, okay? I know you felt that weather in central PA these last week, okay? Those temperatures went from like 70 all the way down to like 40, 50. So it's a little cold out. No more t-shirts. You got to get the jacket, the hoodies out. That's why it's time for me to tell you about Dude Robe. Because not only is this versatile piece of men's fashion great for when you get out of the shower, it's great to wear in public. Okay, listen, do I wear my Dude Robe when I get out of the shower? Yes. Do I wear my Dude Robe when I go to the grocery store? Yes. Do I wear my Dude Robe when I go to the gas station? Yes. Do I wear my Dude Robe when I go to the dispensary? Yes. Do I wear my Dude Robe when I go out, when I need to do things? Yes. Every time, yes. Because you know why? It's not just a robe, okay? It's got this sweatshirt-like hoodie material. It's got a hood. It's basically a hoodie/robe for your body. The reason I found this robe, okay, Meg's got this, whatever department store robe, and the only place you can buy a robe anymore is like the department store. They have like one option at Target. Like, it's just weird. Like, the robe category for men especially is lackluster. So Meg's got this like comfy, cozy robe, you know what I mean, from the department store from Sandy for Christmas one year. And I was like, I'm a man now. I need a robe, okay? I was 31 at the time. I finally decided it was time for me to get a robe. So I searched online because I like the hoodie material. And we have a blanket downstairs from, we got it like 10, 15 years ago from the Ocean State Boardwalk. And it's a hoodie material. And it's like one of our favorite blankets because it's that hoodie material. So when I searched online and I found Dude Robe and I discovered that they were also on Shark Tank, I knew this was a company that we not only had to reach out to and work with, but someone we needed to give some of our money to. Listen, I've got one on me now. Megs has a gray one downstairs. Justin wears his pretty much all the time. We love our Dude Robes here at the What Are We Doing podcast. Here's what you got. You've got the style of a traditional robe, but with a few upgrades and modifications. First of all, peep the hood. You want to rock the hood? It's a little extra chilly outside in the morning when you're walking the dog. Throw the hood up. You've got adjustable pull strings here for the hood. You've also got attached tie-offs, okay? No more losing these things in the wash or in the hamper or wherever they are. They're attached. They don't go anywhere. You tie it right up every time, anytime. You got outside pockets for things to put in. You've also got an inside pocket for all your fun gadgets and things and phones and other stuff. You know what I mean? You've also got these cuffs on the sleeves. They're not big floppy arm cuffs like most robes. They're the nice, semi-tight hoodie material sleeves. You've got towel material on the inside in case you're getting out of the shower or just want to stay a little extra warm. Hoodie material on the outside for that fabulous finish. The dude robe is something that everyone in your house should have on them at not all times, but most of the time. Okay. So if you do not have dude robe, and listen, they don't just have these robes, people. They've got the lounge pants, they got the shorts, they got the slippers, they've got the whole get up. You want the whole attire, you're going to go to duderobe.com. It's that simple. Duderobe.com. They were on Shark Tank. I've said that already, but you need to know, okay? These guys are serious. They've got the deal. And if you go to duderobe.com and punch in that promo code WAD, that's WAWD at checkout. This is not a WADPod domain. You're going straight to duderobe.com. We did our due diligence on this one, people. You're going right to the source. Duderobe.com, DUDEROBE.com, and use promo code WAD, WAWD at checkout, and you're going to save 20%. I think you're going to save 20%. I'm pretty sure that's the deal. Promo code WAD, WAWD at checkout. You know what? I'm going right now. I'm going to Dude Robe right now. I'm going to get you an exact live discount. Here we go. Dude Robe. Boom, boom. Add to cart. I want the blue one. We've got the black and we've got the gray. We don't have blue. Let's use promo code WAD. Originally $115. Promo code WAD gets you $23 off your dude robe. I mean, talk about a bargain. I'm pretty sure that comes out to 20%. Promo code WAD at checkout, people. Listen, what more do you want? Listen, this holiday season, you've got to get your Christmas shopping done right. You're going to ask your fiance, you're going to ask your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, whoever you need to buy Christmas gifts for. And I guarantee you, if they're 25 years or older, they're going to say, nothing. I don't need anything. Don't get me. I don't know. I just, whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. And you don't know what to get them because everyone's into some different stuff and it's not really a unanimous thing. So you need to get them a dude robe. Listen, I know people who went to Christmas last year who didn't get their relatives and their loved ones dude robes, and they had a miserable time. It was a crappy dinner. The turkey was dry. The ham was undercooked. The mashed potatoes were lumpy, and the corn was cold. And they had a terrible time, and they could have spiced it up if they had a few dude robes to open, and they could have saved a butt ton of money if they used promo code WAD at checkout. I mean, even if you get them the hoodie, you get them the dude robe, okay? Maybe you want that combo. Maybe they're in a shorts. Get yourself the dude robe, get them the robe short combo, and when we toss in that promo code WAD, you're looking at a savings of over $50, babe. I'm telling you what, if I find out you went to duderobe.com and forgot to type in that promo code and there's nothing they can do about it on the back end and you didn't save this money this holiday season, I mean, talk about a major letdown, dude. So what I need you to do is go to duderobe.com, and once you're done building up that cart, you want them slides, toss them in there, get them. You might as well. You're getting the shorts, you're getting the robe, you might as well get the slides with it. Get yourself a pair of pants, and you're going to type in promo code WAWD at checkout, and that's going to save you money, okay? I know there's nothing you like more than saving money. When I bought this one, guess what promo code I used? WAWD. When I bought Meg's, when I bought Justin's, I used the promo code. So please, go to duderobe.com and get some shopping done this holiday season for your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, boyfriend, fiance, whatever. This gift is perfect for anyone. If they tell you they don't know what they want or they can't make up their mind or you just want to get them something that's super cool that they'll wear, they'll use it. It's the ultimate gift. So duderobe.com and check it out. Don't forget, promo code WAD at checkout. back to the show. If this year hasn't been good enough for Travis Kelce and the Kansas City Chiefs and the Kelce family, of course, his brother over on the Eagles, his mom, Donna, with the team, of course, gaining Taylor Swift as their lead cheerleader. It's no surprise that Travis Kelce has hopped on the train of celebrity frozen food dinners that are sold at Walmart. Listen, I don't know what it is about 2023 that has given us some of the most gnarly and some of the most unforgivable celebrity frozen meals. And it's unfortunate that I have to say this, and it's with a freaking heavy heart, dude. It is with a serious heavy heart. But Gordon Ramsay, what in the bloody fuck are we doing with those frozen meals from Walmart? Listen, folks, it's so bad. I haven't even purchased to attempt to consume one of these because every review video I see is the exact same, and I'm kind of terrified. This is what some of Gordon Ramsay's 5-star Michelin chef, 23 seasons of Hell's Kitchen, I'm pretty sure, had Master Chef, 10, 15 seasons, Master Chef Junior. He's got so many shows. Next Food Star, Kitchen Nightmares is back. He's got an empire. He's got Hex-clad Depans. He's got Vitamix. He's got restaurants all over the planet. He's got a multi-billion-dollar culinary TV network studio, restaurant extraordinaire. Probably at this point in time, he's the Michael Jackson, Taylor Swift of the freaking culinary community. I mean, I think before him, I think maybe like Wolfgang Puck. Maybe like some would argue Bobby Flay is up there, but I just don't think Bobby Flay has the numbers and the manpower behind him like Gordon Ramsay does. I think Ramsay has become one of the number one household name chefs, idiot sandwich viral moment every time. He'll yell at you. He'll praise you. He will tell you the God honest truth. He's like one of the number one people I think anyone has ever wanted to meet on this planet. For a lot of people, myself included, like if I freaking like those videos of Gordon Ramsay just popping in to weddings or whatever, if that would happen to either my wedding, I know I'm not that lucky, or at least one of the 30 to 40 weddings I'm at every single year, that would be the moment of my life. Like I'm talking Josue, Britney Spears, We're Obsessed, Christina, like everybody, like let's go Gordon Ramsay. He's at the top of the list. I don't think anyone can really argue otherwise. And so I just, the frozen meals, I mean, there's shepherd's pie, I think, is on the list. It's not, there's every video I see, I can't justify spending $8 for this like gloopy, frozen, like it doesn't even look like a substance kind of, I guess what we're calling a meal. So it's just a small, I think, hiccup in the chain of command, the supply chain of maybe Gordon Ramsay signed off on one to too many different, you know what I mean, collaboration deals. And I'm thinking maybe the frozen food Walmart collaboration wasn't the best idea. And so we can kind of maybe, I don't know, sort of say the same thing potentially about Travis Kelce. So you know what I mean? What better way after a long winter's cold, beginning of November, end of September, October, winter's football game that's like, 30, 40 degrees in those stadiums sometimes. After a long winter's football game, what is Taylor's favorite thing to do, right? Like Taylor loves nothing more than to just cuddle up under a warm blanket in front of a fire, sipping some hot tea while dinner is being cooked in the microwave in the kitchen by Travis. And so here are the options for the Travis Kelce frozen dinner meal releases. A lot of them are kind of the same, I think. Well, here we go. We've got bacon mac and cheese. Simple out the gate. The dish features jumbo macaroni noodles and a cheddar cheese sauce with pieces of bacon sprinkled throughout. Easy peasy. Sounds good. Brisket, burnt ends, and barbecue sauce. Listen, this burnt ends fad that everyone's trying to spin up here, this new thing that we're trying to do at every restaurant with the burnt end sandwiches and the burnt ends and the mac and cheese, it has to be done perfectly. You have to let it cook for like 24 to 48 hours. You have to smoke it right. You have to sauce it right. You can't just be a fast food, whatever. You can't just have mediocre burnt ends. If they're nasty, they're nasty. But if they're good, they're good. So I don't know how we're supposed to feel about the frozen, microwavable brisket, burnt ends, and barbecue sauce. The taste of these burnt ends was described as smoky and caramelized. Okay. And then again, brisket, burnt ends with mac and cheese. Not sure why that's just a completely separate dish. So I guess the burnt ends with barbecue sauce is supposed to be like an entree dish, and maybe the burnt ends with mac and cheese is just like a lunch. The dish has chunks of burnt ends and jumbo mac and cheese noodles blended together, much like the first dish, minus the bacon. Sliced brisket and barbecue sauce. Okay. Traditional Kansas City style barbecue, of course. Barbecue baked beans with sausage, barbecue backed black beans and white kidney beans with brown sugar, onion, pork sausage, and bacon. That sounds interesting. I'm wondering how good that actually tastes. Baked beans with burnt ends, and again, just the beans with burnt ends combo. Okay. So, I mean, it's interesting. I doubt we'll make a trip to Walmart to pick one of these up. Maybe if you have, let me know in the comments if you like it. It's kind of, listen, we'll eat a frozen mac. We'll pick up a lean cuisine mac and cheese and heat that up every once in a while. You can't really go wrong with a frozen mac and cheese. I mean, I've been known to, I'll eat a kid's cuisine like once a year. I'll get a little tickle at the grocery store and pick up a kid's cuisine if it's on sale or something, 2 for $4, whatever. Like I'll get a Lunchables. I'll eat the little cracker sandwiches with the little fake meat and cheese slices with the crackers. You get a little candy bar. Why not? If it's on sale, if it's $1 or whatever, sure, we'll pick one up for nostalgia reasons, and then we'll get the little pepperoni pizzas with the sauce, and you eat it cold, and you eat it in like 2 or 3 bites, and it's delicious. So, you know what I mean? We'll eat some frozen mac and cheese from time to time. It's not terrible, every brand. Some brands are terrible. Some brands, I'll mention any names. You know what I mean? Stouffer's. But it's crazy. But like, you know, sometimes we'll get them. So we'll see if Travis Kelce's are good. I know I can't. I won't bring myself to do Ramsey. I won't do it, people. I won't do it. I really won't. By the way, we did the math, we did the research, so you don't have to. Last bit on Taylor and Travis. You know we have to talk about them every episode just to keep the numbers up because, you know, most people just don't naturally watch this podcast, so we have to kind of like, you know, pump the numbers up and just, you know what I mean, go talk about whatever's hot. And right now she's worth $1 billion. She just got her billionaire status. The tour did $4 billion. Projections were $2 billion. They doubled it. It's crazy. Argentina's happening now. She's on her way over to Eastern countries. Be safe, Taylor. Be safe. And she's in the middle of like 3 different wars. That's not good. So we'll see. And so Travis got to see her last week. Some reporters were asking him if he loved her, trying to get the L word out of him. And he did what every man should be doing who's dating Taylor Swift, saying to keep his personal life out of the media. Good boy, Travis. But listen, we did the math. February 10th, if the Kansas City Chiefs make it to the Super Bowl, the biggest freaking question is Taylor going to show up in Vegas? And so February 10th, she's in Tokyo, Japan. She's in Tokyo, Japan on February 10th. And so if she leaves from Tokyo after midnight, you know what I mean? And goes all the way to LAX, and then hop skip over to Vegas, she'll be there around 10:30, 11 p.m. on February 10th. She actually gains back an hour or two when she lands in the United States due to the time difference, right? So she'll have a full 24-hour, almost-ish, a full night's sleep, half a day of sleep recovery before she has to go get ready to go to the Super Bowl if Travis Kelce or his brother from the Eagles, because they're the only team with one loss so far in the league this year. So they're on track to go. So one of the Kelce's potentially might be in the Super Bowl. Basically, she would have plenty of time to get there from Tokyo to attend if Travis were to be playing. And and we looked, and there is in fact a flight from whereabouts she'll be in Japan to LA on February 10th with available seats and tickets. So she can make it. She can make it back if we have to have Taylor at the Super Bowl and save the day. If Taylor shows up to the Super Bowl, it may or may not be one of the biggest events of all time. Like if the Kansas City Chiefs make it into the Super Bowl this year, and anyone from any type of semi-reliable source tells the NFL that she will be at the Super Bowl, like she's doing this plan. She has a show in Tokyo the day before, but she's hopping on a red eye and flying straight to LA and then quick hop over to Vegas for the Super Bowl. It might be the biggest thing of all time. Taylor Swift may or may not upstage Usher at this year's Super Bowl halftime show. Like, it's one of those things that's potentially possible, and I think we're all waiting to see if it'll happen. I highly doubt it. But if it does, monumental history, you never know. So these freaking, oh man, these kids, they're on the show now, right?
She'll go to her dad. She'll be
the
like,
entire Kardashian family, they're doing the Hulu show again, the Kardashians or whatever. They got a new season out. And so the kids are on the show. The kids are grown. Like the Northwest and the Stars and the Fantasias of the Kardashian family, they're all grown up now. They're 10, 12, however many years old, and they're on the show. Because guess what? They want their money too. They want to start making money just like mommy and daddy. And so the kids are there. What we have now discovered due to clips and everything else, the kids are there to keep these Kardashian women humble. Here's a clip. Let's take a look. It's quite interesting what's going on.
North, she'll go to her dad. She'll be like, Dad is the best. He has it all figured out. He doesn't have a nanny. He doesn't have a chef. He doesn't have security. He lives in an apartment. And she'll start crying, why don't you have an apartment? I can't believe we don't have an apartment.
Kanye West is living a simple, divorced dad's life with an apartment. I mean, this is typical. This is typical, people. This is exactly what my father did. As soon as Jeff and Sandy told us they were getting a divorce, and then like we would get through Christmas that year and then through New Year's, and then come January 1st, the house was sold, and then we all went our separate ways. That's exactly what Jeff did. Jeff had an apartment that couldn't have cost him more than $400 or $500 a month. He had a futon mattress, no frame, just a mattress in one room with a TV on the floor, and I think a VCR attached to it. No, he might have had it on like a corner bookshelf type of thing. It might have been on a small shelf. I'm not sure about the TV on the shelf or on the floor, but all I know is it had a VHS tape, and the only VHS tape Sandy let him keep, because Sandy was keeping those Disney movies because one day they were going to be worth something, just like the Beanie Babies, okay? Except someone must have forgot because we sold them at a yard sale for like $1. So thanks for that. But you know what I mean? Sandy definitely kept all of the VHSs except for Casper Meets Wendy. You know what I mean? So every time we were at my dad's house, which was like every other day until they got the whole court custody thing figured the fuck out, because it wasn't just a quick overnight process like it is in 2023, back in 2000, I think maybe. I don't know, something like that. 2001, 2002, I don't know. And so they, you know what I mean? Dad's apartment was basically that. We didn't have a chef. We didn't have a nanny. We didn't have anything. It was just, we had a futon mattress, a TV with a VHS tape, and that was it. There wasn't really any other furniture or anything because Mom pretty much took everything to force. And so he took us out a lot. You know what I mean? We went to like the movies a lot, and we went out to dinner, and we went to McDonald's a lot, and just did stuff outside the house a lot because his apartment was kind of boring and depressing because he didn't have money for furniture. Something, I don't know. I'm not sure. No one ever really told us the story, but I'm pretty sure that's how it happened. But can you believe it? Can you believe it? We don't have an apartment. These Kardashian children are so established in this lifestyle that they are begging for an ounce of normalcy, where to the point now that the almost teenage daughter of Kim Kardashian and Kanye West are literally begging to go to her father's house, who has decided to live a semi-normal life while he figures some shit out, and not have a chef and a butler waiting on him hand and foot, and security guards and cameras and a gate and a lock and a code and this and that. The child is literally crying because they are under so much pressure and just watched and filmed and expected to do whatever it is that Kim and the rest of the adult family tells them to do, because if they mess up this contract with Hulu and Disney and whoever else owns the damn company now, I think Disney just bought the rest of Hulu for like $10 billion. It's fine. They're going to take over the world one day, either them or Apple. We just got to figure out who decides to, pull the trigger first. And so now we've got things happening like a billionaire child just begging to go to her now single, recently remarried father's apartment because it's just a 1% of normalcy from her typical life under scrutiny, paparazzi, flashes, TMZ, interviews, VIP meet and greets, this meeting, that meeting, this video, that photo shoot, everything that Kim Kardashian puts those children through, which, but she might as well. It's a tax write-off. Everything she's going to pay them, she's going to funnel all the money through the kids because it's free and tax. You know what I mean? It makes sense. So she's got to do it. It's business, babe. But holy shit, we've got the millionaire children just crying at the fact that there's no chef. Talk about freedom, because they can watch whatever they want on the TV and they don't have to worry about the security guard standing right outside the door every time they want to piss. It's literally insane how, deluded the minds of the West and Kardashian children are. That this is, and it's good. Good for them. Hey, you know what? Is it in the mail? Father of the Year award for Kanye? Good for him. Good for him. Because it seems like Adidas is doing pretty well now that they're selling off the rest of the Yeezys, and that relationship's probably going to get mended because Adidas realizes they need that extra $3 billion a year in revenue, okay? Some of my numbers in this episode might be off, but they're pretty freaking close, right? And so, once he figures some things out and we realize that we shouldn't probably say certain things, especially with what's now going on over in those countries, let's maybe keep all of those opinions to ourselves, Mr. West. And now that he's finally kind of got that under wrap, we might be coming back. We might have new music. We might be a little uncanceled, but good for him for, maybe cooking his own meals or like having the wife do it now for the kids. Like obviously it's a good time to the point where Northwest is in tears crying to her mother, wondering why with all this money and this huge mansion we have, why we don't have a simple little stress-free apartment. And that's going to be the downfall of our society. That's our next president, President Northwest. Like, you know what I mean? It's got a ring to it. I don't see why not. As soon as they drop the age limit, like eventually we're going to allow like AI and shit to run for president. So they're going to drop the age limit and the fact that you have to be sentient at all. And then boom, bam, that's just going to give the Kardashians or whoever else their opportunity, maybe The Rock, maybe Oprah, to move in, be president. And then it's just going to be whoever has the most followers on Instagram is going to run the country. And if it fluctuates, we'll reevaluate every year instead of every 4, maybe. So it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy where we're at, where we're going, and how fun of a ride it's been, and how we ended up here. Because I don't think anyone knows. I don't think anyone was paying attention, and now poof, bam, here we are, and we've got Northwest questioning what her mother even does on a daily basis, eating an onion like an apple. And if that isn't just red flag number 2, I mean, crying over the apartment, red flag number 1, that eating the onion raw, weird, red flag number 2, maybe it's time to get the kids off the cameras. Maybe let them have a little bit of a normal life, like living in an apartment. You know what I mean? Because if we all didn't grow up in a undersized 1-bedroom apartment for some form of our childhood lives, like, what do we do? You know what I mean? It was me and my dad and my sister in a 1-bedroom apartment. Then we moved to like a 2 or 3 bedroom condo, but it was still kind of like an apartment size type thing. It was only it was 1 floor. It's theoretically an apartment. And so that was that. And like, you know what I mean? Mom kind of sort of had a half house condo apartment thing. That was that. My son grew up in our 1-bedroom apartment, slept in our bedroom with Megs and I for the first 1.5 to 2 years of his life until we moved here. You know what I mean? Like, it's everyone's been there. Everyone's had that shitty 1 to 2 to 3 bedroom apartment that we've had to make some upgrades to. Some were legal, some weren't. Some we just kind of dealt with, and it's just like we all had that upcoming. And if you don't, that's how you end up on national television eating a raw onion like an apple. So that's fun. Hey, listen, don't forget, check it out, dude. Check it out. The Recap and Record podcast season 3 has officially dropped. We're on episode 2. It's been 2 weeks now. Where have you been? If you're into reality TV, specifically dating reality TV, we're covering the now CW's F-Boy Island. They're also on season 3, so it worked out perfectly for the podcast. We just got done Love is Blind, which was just a waste of time for everybody. A shit show of a season for Netflix. I don't even know if they're going to bring that back. Literally everyone from the show, except I think for Milton and Lydia, who I think honestly might be living separately at the moment. Everyone else from the show has a different significant other now as we speak, and we don't know any of them because none of them were on the show. So good job, Netflix, on that one. Kind of dropped the ball a bit. So we moved on to a better and little bit kind of sluttier reality dating show, F-Boy Island. So there's like 24 dudes. Some of them are F-boys. Some of them are nice guys. And we've got Katie, Daniela, and Haley, the 3 beautiful women who are there to date them and determine who's nice, who's an F-boy. And if they figure that out, they'll either split the money with a nice guy or the F-boy will take it all, unless at the end there's a twist and one of them's actually an F-girl and just takes all the money for herself and doesn't pick anyone. Because I guess that happened like last season or something. So it's been insane. So if you haven't seen any of those recent episodes of the Recap and Record podcast, they're here on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, everywhere you can get this podcast, everywhere you can get the 280 Plus podcast. Check it out. I might put in like a small clip of the podcast here. If I do, I hope you enjoy it. And if you're looking for a new podcast to check out besides Recap and Record and this, what are we doing? Dude, check out Los check out Los over at 280 Plus. Not only is this man dropping a main episode a week, this man's also dropping a recap of an NBC horror show with another friend of his, a lady friend of his, I think by the name of Johnny, and that's his co-host over there. That's a bonus episode for 280 Plus. We're working on whether it, if it's going to continue, we might put it on the recap and record channel. Who knows? We'll see. And so he's doing that. I'm doing my show every week. We're doing recap and record every week. Ladies and gentlemen, that's like 6 hours. That's like 5 or 6 hours of content and footage and clipping and shorts and reels and vertical content and stories and Instagram posts and Facebook posts and videos and YouTube shorts and YouTube clips and the full episodes and the audio versions and everything else that we need to do to promote and push it. It is exhausting. So please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, go over to Los at 280 Plus, check out all the stuff he's doing. He's doing interviews. He's doing multiple recaps of multiple shows with me and other friends. I mean, we are putting in the work this winter. It's work week winter, babes. You know what I mean? No days off. So please check those out. Here's a little clip. I'll throw in a little clip of the Recap and Record podcast here. I hope you enjoy it. And I mean, if you haven't seen any episodes of F-Boy Island, I'll try not to make it a spoiler, but I mean, even if it is, folks, it's fun. Check it out. It's a CW. You can get the app on your phone, on your tablet, laptop, whatever device, if you have one, or any smart TV. The CW app is available, and you can watch the entire season so far and past seasons if you want for completely free. The CW is a free app for everyone to use. So watch along with us. It's now on Fridays. It's out today. I think tonight it premieres again. They moved it from Mondays to Fridays. So our schedule now is a little shifted, but check it out. The Recap and Record podcast, 280 Plus podcast. What Are We Doing podcast. It's crazy. We're dropping multiple hours of content and clips and videos and podcasts every week. It's crazy what we're doing. So hit the like button, thumbs up whenever you see photos or promo or clips. It's free and it really helps out and it supports us without any monetary value. But just know when we see those likes and get those notifications, Los and I, we A, definitely appreciate it, and B, it boosts self-esteem, and C, it helps the algorithm and gets us more views and followers, and people find the show and it better spreads the message and just kind of helps and makes sense, and it's what you're supposed to do. So please like, share, subscribe, do what you need to do to help us out, and enjoy this clip of the Recap and Record podcast for F-Boy Island Season 3.
Yeah, shout out to Katie Thurston, though. What's up with
bro? Listen, bro, you got me in trouble, fam. You got me in fucking trouble. You got me in trouble with a real cute celebrity. Listen, I listened back to the clip. And I didn't say it. All I said was she's okay and she's a safe choice. I still think she's extremely attractive. And now, one, she's probably not going to come on the podcast because of me. And two, if she does, I'm going to have to simp up and apologize for the first 30 minutes because you know what I mean?
We don't know if she saw the clip where you said safe choice, though. We don't know that. We don't know that. We know that she saw, us talk. And granted, that was Opus. Opus put that, you know what I mean? Created that. And because, I realized, I was like, I didn't talk in that clip at all.
So now I'm in the doghouse with Katie.
I said like 2 words in that clip. I was like, yeah, exactly. Like, I didn't say anything. And I was like, oh, this is a Levi clip. That's fine.
So I think what needs to happen is that would be dope. I mean, listen, they were all 3 of the girls were on like the official F-Boy Island Instagram live last night. I watched that for like a second. And so they're into it. So I mean, listen, if you pull that Mercedes card, I feel like we could get whoever on the pod. So I mean, let's start reaching out and pull some spots. I'm down.
I know, because I tagged Danny in the post and he liked it. So I was like, okay, all right. So and that's the thing though, it's like, it's you kind of have to follow people to be like, for them to feel like, oh, I'm gonna repost your shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So but I don't want to follow the whole damn cast. Like
I mean, or you could just make that like a seasonal task kind of
seasonal
thing. And then unfollow them, maybe. I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another wonderful long episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. My name's Levi McCurdy. Please, If you haven't done so already, check out our friends at DudeRobe at DudeRobe.com. And when you check out, you're going to save a bunch of percentage off your entire purchase with promo code WAD, W-A-W-D, at checkout. It's going to be great this holiday season when you go to DudeRobe.com. If you haven't done so already, check us out on YouTube. If that's where you're watching us now and you haven't done so, click that big, beautiful red like button below. Subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like button, hit the notification thing. You know what to do. Support the channel. We're almost, I think, at 1170 maybe. I think we're at like 1169. I honestly think that might be where we're at subscriber-wise. So please help us out. If you haven't done so already, hit subscribe, hit the like, check us out, wadpod.com/links. This has been episode 115. My name's Levi McCurdy. I'll catch you guys next week, and we'll talk about whatever the hell Taylor Swift or Britney Spears or Beyonce or one of the other female pop stars does. Why has this become a female pop star podcast? Holy shit. Oh my God, we've got to switch it up. I got to get some testosterone in here. I'm going to work on getting some guests, and maybe we'll do a switch up from these female pop star stories. Thank you guys so much. We'll catch you later. Until next time. Peace out, everybody. This is the What Are We Doing podcast.